Just hold on, okay? I'm just opening some of the accounts to show you. So have you worked on the assignment?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, but in keyword research, it was asking for subscription.
Subscription.
Yes, sir. So that's why, sir, I wanted to know if there is a way for like doing it like for free.
For keyword research or
Research.
website audit?
Sir, for keyword research.
Can you share the screen where it is showing?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have gone through that Href website. Href website.
Okay. Okay, that is a paid tool. So avoid using that because that is a paid tool, but use Google Keyword Research, which is the most authentic tool. And as Google has all the data, because people actually search in Google, so that is why it had all the data. So you try to use that. That is free. You don't have to pay any money. But obviously for audit tools, the tools that we are using currently, those are mainly the trial versions or probably the free limited versions. But when you work in an organization, they will probably provide you a paid version of it. So in that case, you will get more detailed reports and all.
So, sir, you have to use Google Keyword Research.
So today I have managed some credentials of Cpanel and WordPress backend. So I'm just opening those accounts so that I can show you how everything works. Because last day we have discussed on the website Cpanel and WordPress backend. Shreya, do you face any difficulty on doing the assignment?
Sir, I did half of it, the keyword research and audit part, but meta content was difficult for me because I could not understand how to start that process. I understood the process, but I was just having difficulty in understanding like how to decide on what keywords to use. Like, do we use the keyword that we researched on from the
Yes, yes,
Google ad?
yes. So I'm doing one thing. I'm giving 1 day more, or if you want to take uh, 2 3 days more to complete the same, you can do that. So in that case, what happens is you will get more time to complete the thing properly, and then we can discuss on it, or we can understand what you have understood in the thing. So basically the keyword research you do is the list of keywords you find, and you shortlist it, and based on these shortlisted keywords you have to write the meta title and description.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
And sir, there was one more thing about like Search Console. When I typed that website there, it was showing like ownership verification failed.
What verification?
Failed. Ownership verification is failed. It was showing like that.
Okay, verification is failed. Yeah, that will happen. I just asked you to do so because to understand how you go to the search console and how to verify the thing, that I want to show you. That is why I told you to do this, because you can't do it due to you don't have any backend of the website, or you don't have any uh, I mean cpanel of the website. So that is the issue. So I have one
Okay.
cpanel. I'm just opening the same, and I will show you. Scroll down. So cpanel, the full form of cpanel is control panel. Okay. So So I'm sharing my screen now. So this is a cpanel of a website. Okay, so you can check this thing, the cpanel written here. You have to provide a username, password. So now you can ask me how would I create an account in it, or how I will get the username and password. Is nothing but when you will buy a hosting plan from GoDaddy or any other hosting provider, you have to add one email ID, a username, and a password to register for that hosting. So once you do that, you will get your username and password. So this is the thing. So now this is a ready-made cpanel I have. So this is the username and password. I'm logging in. So this is a cpanel dashboard. Okay. There are a lot of things here. So you don't have to understand all these things, because because this is mainly the developer's role to handle this particular thing. But for the verification of a search console, you need to have one cpanel access, or you need to have one access from WordPress. If you have a WordPress site, then the WordPress backend. So now I'm opening one search console. So now I'm showing how you can verify a search console. So the website is this. So this is the website, and this is the search cpanel of this website. So I'm just copying the URL, putting it here, URL prefix. Continue. There are techniques. So I'm just I'm opting for the fast technique, that is HTML file. I'm just downloading this file.
Voice is breaking.
Sorry.
Sir, your voice was breaking.
Okay. Is it okay now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I have already downloaded the thing. Now I'm going to the control panel. I'm going to this file manager. Okay, so in this file manager, you can see there are lot of folders listed here. All these folders have some kind of data about the website. See, folders, subfolders, and everything. Plugins, logs, mail. So all the data from A to Z, everything is here only. Now what I will do is, I'm just upload the data, that file that I have just downloaded. It's done. Now I will come here, then verify. Found and required location. Okay, then it is not the location. So I'm just searching whether the file that I have uploaded has been uploaded properly or not. So the ownership has been verified properly. So what have I done? See, First of all, I went to the file manager, and within the file manager there is another folder that is the public HTML. So what is this public HTML? All the files that has been displayed in the website. So the users see whatever in the website, all the sort of file has been stored in this folder, that is public.html. So this is basically the root directory of this particular website. So what I did is I have just downloaded the file and uploaded it within this folder only. Okay, and once, see, this is the file. Okay, so this is the file. So now the cPanel has been verified. So now this is a verified property. So again, this is a new one. So you can't see the data here. So this is how you, if you don't have any Google site, that is a Blogspot site or any other Google site, in that case you have to go with this method. Last day I also showed you one verification process which has done very instantly, because that is a Blogspot site. Blogspot site is nothing but a product of Google. I don't know how many of you are aware about blogger.com. This is the blogger.com. This is basically a product of Google. So if you start writing blog in this particular platform, you don't have to take too much, you don't have to give too much effort to create a verified property in the search console, because these are already Google product. So you don't have to upload anything and upload or download anything. It will instantly verify your property. Last day, the website that I have showed, that is my blog. It is basically a blogger. This particular thing is a Blogspot site. See, this is a blogspot.com. That is a blogger profile. So that is why it took the search console instantly. But this website that I showed you, this one, this is basically a WordPress site. So it is not, as it is not a Google's property, that is why it took so much effort to make the property verified. So now, do you have any doubt of how to verify your search console?
No, sir. But we will need control panel for that, right?
Yes. When you start working in an organization, and if someone asks you to create one search console or to verify one property in search console, in that case, you have to ask that person that please provide me a cPanel, or please provide me a backend of the website so that I can do this. So you have to ask that thing. So this is basically a prerequisite to verify a search console property. Okay. Now in some website, in some company, they don't give you access of cPanels. In that case, there is another thing called FTP. It is a file transfer protocol, FTP. So FileZilla is one kind of software. I'm just showing you FileZilla. So as you are now aware that the cPanel is very important thing for a website. If you do any wrong in this particular place, your entire website can be deleted, entire website can go down. So anything can be happen. So a lot of company who actually practice a lot of safety measures and all, they don't give you the access of cPanel. So rather, they will give you access of FTP solution. So FileZilla is one of them. This is, rather I can say this is the most popular FTP platform. So FTP means file transfer protocol. So what you will do is you will get one ID, password, and the port name from the person who assign you the task. Who will assign you the task? So you have to download this thing and you have to put the ID, password, and port in terms to connect the cPanel. So in this case, you can't access the entire cPanel. Rather, there will be a port from where you can just transfer the file to the cPanel. So you don't have the direct access to the cPanel, but you can upload the file through this particular platform. So this will ensure that no unauthorized access or no access of the novice people will go to the cPanel that can harm the entire website. Rather, they will open a port from where you can just transfer the file to the cPanel. In this way also, lots of company practice such things. But anyway, when you do this work in any organization, you just ask them to provide you the cPanel. That's the let me check one thing if I can open. So this is the concept of cPanel. Now I will show you. Though I don't have the ID password, but I can at least show you the login page. So this is the backend of this website. It is a WP admin. If you want to access any WordPress website, the universal formula is the website domain / WP-admin. This is the default login page for all WordPress website. Website name / WP-admin. Okay. Now, if you have any ID password, in that case, you can just open, you have to just put it and you can just go to the backend of the website. Now, I have already explained why this backend is important and why it is different from cPanel. Because cPanel consists of all the file folders and everything, even the coding, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, anything related to the site is there in the cPanel. But a website backend is all about the content management system. You can add a page here. You can add content from here. You can edit anything within the content. You can delete any page here. Entire content management thing can be done from this thing. So you don't have to access to the code. You can also do all these things from cPanel also, but cPanel is all about coding. So if you don't have any idea about coding, you can't do all these things. And it is also very difficult for you. Say you are uploading a blog. A blog consists of 1,000 words. So if you try to upload it to cPanel, in that case, you have to code it. You have to code each and every line to give the required shape and size of the blog. Say you want to bold a particular line, you want to link a particular line, you want to break a para of a certain sentence. So all these things you have to do through coding if you access it from cPanel. But whereas in in website backend, you can do it as you are working in a Microsoft Word. Okay, so this is so easy to do to manage the entire content from the backend. So that is the difference between the cPanel and the website backend. Okay. Now I will go to another topic in SEO. Rather, it is not all about SEO. It is all about your website experience, because website experience is very important for your entire SEO success. And not only SEO, it is also important for all the effort that you give in digital platform, like the PPC, like the social media marketing and all, email marketing, everything. So that the topic is CRO. Sorry. CRO, conversion rate optimization. So conversion rate optimization. Now, what is this? Can you just guess, like, what is this all about?
So maybe it is the rate of the person that have visited the website, maybe.
The name says it's all. Conversion rate optimization. That means you are doing some kind of optimization so that more conversion can happen in your website. So that is the name suggests. There is conversion rate optimization. So any website's main objective is to increase the traffic and increase the conversion from it. So that is the purpose of any website. So now how we generate traffic? We generate traffic through SEO. We generate traffic through PPC campaigns. We generate traffic from social media. We generate traffic from email marketing and other referral sources. Now, your website should be uh, very user friendly and very beautiful in terms of look and feel, so people can spend time in your website. So on my uh, first class or second class, I told you that in Google Analytics there are certain parameters which gives ranking signal to Google. Like one is the session, total session, then session duration, then average session per page, pages per session, and the bounce rate. So there are 4 parameters that I have discussed in early classes. So how you build this kind of things? Say I'm just drawing a diagram. Mm, Say this is my website, and this is Google. No, not like this. So these are different channels. One is SEO, rather I can say organic. This is social media. And this is PPC. So these are different channels. And now this is my website. Now what happens is you have done a good SEO, you are running a very successful PPC campaign, you are investing heavily in the social media. So what will happen? Traffic will come to your website from all these sources. Okay. Let's say if your website is not right in terms of like the loading speed, I'm just marking one by one. Loading speed, color, usability, mobile responsiveness, CTA, content, so these are some of the things we consider important for CRO. The first one is loading speed. That is the part of core web vitals, which you already know. The next one is color. So you can ask me why color is so important in my website or in Intel conversion optimization, or how it will impact my SEO and all. So in this case, I will share you one thing, like color. Every color has its own feelings. Okay. If you check websites of different brands, you can relate the website based on their color. Say if I am selling something related to fresh vegetables, fresh fish, chicken, and everything, in that case, most of the website use green color. See, if you are promoting some kind of luxury goods like car or say jewelry, diamonds, in most of the cases people use black or purple. Okay. In case of investment, savings, banking, all these things, most of the websites use blue, sky, this kind of colors. If you go to the SBI website, you will see the entire theme is based on blue. Only two banks, that one is ICICI Bank and PNB, have a red, and Axis Bank have red color theme. But in if I say for SBI, then Central Bank of India, then HDFC, all their theme consists of blue, because all this color has its own story. Like blue signifies friendship, trustworthiness, guide, philosopher. All these things you can denote by blue color. For freshness, you can denote by green. For luxury items or some kind of modern kind of thing, you can denote through black or purple. So all this color has its own feelings. So what kind of product you are actually selling, or what kind of product you are actually trying to serve to the customer, based on that, your website theme consists of that kind of color. So this will, so that user can relate themselves with that particular product or service. Then the usability of a site. What is the usability? I'm clicking on a link, but it is not working. I'm trying to figure out a particular feature of the website, but it is not. It is actually not functioning properly. So this is not an example of usability. It's not a proper usability, rather, I can say. So you have to work on these small bugs in your website. Then mobile responsiveness. Nowadays, almost 70 to 80% traffic comes from mobile. So mobile responsiveness is very important for your website. And also here I want to add another term, that is AMP. Accelerated mobile page. It is associated with the mobile responsiveness and the loading speed of the site. Okay, so most of the news websites like Economic Times, Times of India, this kind of content rich site, they have a very high their loading is they have a lot of content. So this kind of website tends to become very slow in terms of the loading speed. So there is one option to resolve this issue, that is the accelerated mobile page. This is a short code you have to put in your website, or you have to implement this in your web pages. It will gives you an instant experience in your website. So whenever you click one link, it just open directly. You can't you can't feel there is a loading speed at all. So this is the accelerated mobile page. I'm just showing AMP. See, here it has been mentioned.
So we're seeing the whiteboard.
See, this is one data. A faster full site load time leads to a lower bounce rate. Okay. So if your loading time is within 4.5 seconds, then most of the people will stay in your website. But if your loading time goes beyond it, and if it is like 6.9 or more than that, then people will bounce from your website. Now, in most of the media pages, like in Economic Times, in Times of India, all these sites have a lot of content, and every moment they are uploading news. Because if you go to any such news channel, news pages, you will see that they are updating their site on a real-time basis. So at this point of time, there has been an accident in Delhi. They have just created a news copy and they upload it in the website. So so when they are uploading in such a frequent way, it is very normal that their website will load in a very slow manner. But it actually not happens in real life, because they are using accelerated mobile page thing. So this is just a short code you can just implement in your website. It's a basically HTML page. HTML code you have to implement in the website, and it will help you to load the page in a faster way when you are watching that thing in a mobile device. So I will suggest you to check the URL of the links that you usually click in the social media pages, because in most of the cases this thing happen in social media, because in social media people are very much impatient. So there is a high chance that people will click on a website, and if it not if it don't load in a very quickly manner, people will go away, people will bounce. So that's the reason whenever they are posting something in social media, they are actually using the AMP version of that page. So what happens is when people actually clicking on the link, it actually opens instantly. See, these are some of the data. The average mobile site takes 90 seconds to load over a 3G connection, and 77% mobile site takes 10 seconds to load. Google found that conversions lower by 20% for every additional second the web page takes a load. So this is a very crucial data. 20% increase. Your conversion will lower by 20% if your loading time increase by 1 second. So that is a very hefty thing for a business. To compare, sites that loaded in 5 seconds had 2x more mobile ad revenue than site that loaded in 19 seconds. So this is the challenge. You have to load your site within 5 seconds or less than that. 61% of users are unlikely to return to a mobile site that they had trouble accessing. Okay, so this is the accelerated mobile page concept. So you can implement AMP in any of these platforms. That can be WordPress, that can be Next.js, like this. So now here, what is your role? So your role is to check the loading speed of your site and the usability of your mobile site, and then you have to provide the guidance to your developer. You do, as a digital marketer, you don't have to implement all these things, but rather you have to ask your developer to implement the AMP based on your site's performance. So that is your role. You have to analyze your site speed, you have to analyze your bounce rates, and you have to analyze how long people are actually spending in your website from different platforms. You have to analyze the traffic based on the platforms, like whether the traffic is coming from desktop, whether the traffic is coming from mobile, and from which platform people are staying in your website more often, and from which platform people are bouncing back. So this kind of analysis you have to check from your Google Analytics tool. Okay, so now again I'm sharing the whiteboard. Now the CTA, that is call to action. Call to actions are mainly the button. The button we found in any website. Okay. So button means it denotes action. So whenever you have a button, that means you are asking your user to take any kind of actions. That can be submitting a lead form, that can be purchasing any product, that can be downloading an ebook from your website. So any kind of action denotes from this call to action button. Okay, so proper positioning of call to action button is very important. And I will suggest you to check a lot of websites. You check the URL of the websites, as well as you have to check the website layouts of every topmost brands pages, so that you can understand how they have tactically placed their call to action button. I'm sharing again my screen. I will show you another example of such website. So this is one website, Digital Marketing Institute. This is not an Indian brand at all. This is basically a foreign retail marketing institute. See, this is the content, the global standard in digital marketing certification. This is basically the H1 tag of this website. Okay, H1 tag. Now this is the call to action button. So if you click on this, I'm clicking on this, and I can check all the courses they have with their prices. Okay. Now say I didn't click on this button. I rather chose to scroll down and check their entire details about this particular institute. See, these are some of the facts they have used. See the color placement and all. Very eye-soothing thing. See, now here they have also mentioned their courses, and each courses have a call to action, download brochure. So if I click on this download brochure, what will happen? So you have to fill up this form to get the brochure. So in this way, they are also giving you the brochure, and they are taking the data of the user. Okay. Now these are the certification. So these are the category of courses: professional certification, short courses. See, everything is very compact, and in each in each section there is a call to action item. Again, so what is happening here? Basically, they are giving you small insights about the institute, like what kind of course they are providing, what are the different kind of courses, and if you get convinced enough, then you will click on the call to action button. So in this way, they are trying to capture your mind. And if you check, all the call to action button has its own name, but they are actually going to the same page. See, this is view courses. So whenever someone will come to this page, their first intention will be to check all the courses. So the first call to action is view courses. And now check here. Why choose Digital Marketing Institute? They have provided some of the reason, and then they have used one explore all courses. If you go to this place, it's the same page. Now this is the testimonials. The companies who are actually collaborating with this particular institute. Learn more. Again, download brochure. Okay. So you are actually going to the same page every time you are clicking on a button, One is the download brochure and another is the course page. But the way they have represented, it is basically capturing the mind of the audience, capturing the intent of the audience. Okay. So now I'm again going back to the whiteboard. So this is my call to action. Then the content. See, there is a saying that first you write content for the human, then you optimize it for the machine. So basically, most of the organization, most of the digital marketing agencies, most of the digital marketers actually try to write content uh, keeping in mind about the SEO perspective. Okay, they are trying to put lot of keywords in the blog, in the website. They are trying to overstuff the entire content with keywords. Even they are trying to build backlink profile by putting their link in any random website. So this thing actually not works. Your content should be meaningful. You have to write relevant content so that the user, the people who are searching for your product or service, they can get some kind of insights, or the content that you are putting can help the user to educate themselves. So that will be the objective for any website. And with it, while you are doing this, you have to just work on your SEO techniques, like putting some keywords, keeping backlinks, in linkings and all. But while we're talking about backlinks, you have to check the website whether they have high domain authority or not, and whether they have a good number of traffic or not. That you have to check instead of putting your website in a random website. So that will not work. Keyword stuffing, which is a very common practice all over the industry, but it is basically a very bad thing, very bad practice for an SEO. If you do keyword stuffing randomly, and if somehow Google can track your website, there is a high chance they can penalize your site. What is keyword stuffing? Say, I told you that you have to write the meta title and description. So what you did is, you just write like this. I'm just opening the file again to show you. So see, so this is a focus keyword. This is a secondary keyword. Now I have to write the meta title and description. So say if I write like this, base travel planner slash travel hill station travel trip planner. So I say I have 50 shortlisted keywords and I am putting all my keywords in this place. What will happen? It will actually overstuff your meta title. In same case for description, I have written a meaningful description here. While planning for a long trip within India, choose a best travel planner. So this is basically a meaningful description. But say if I am writing like this, best travel planner, best planner, best trip guide. So in this way, if I start writing a meta description, it will basically overstuff your thing, and it is called keyword stuffing. The term is keyword stuffing, which is no in SEO. You have to avoid such thing. Okay. So when you are doing SEO, think about the perspective of your user, and based on that develop the content instead of putting keywords randomly in your content. And also there is a guideline that you have to put maximum 2% keywords in your content. It can be a blog, it can be anything. You have to put at least 2% keywords, not at least, maximum 2% keywords in your entire content. Okay, so this is we say keyword density. Okay. Keyword density. So while writing any content for SEO, you have to maintain your keyword density from 1% to 2%, within 1% to 2%. That's the process of developing a content. Okay. Now, after this class, I will share you a link. Probably I'm sharing now only. That will be helpful. Just hold on. So I have shared one link. Go through the entire thing. This entire content is based on SEO strategy in 2022. Okay. So this will give you a brief understanding about what we have discussed today and in our earlier classes. And in tomorrow's class, I will show you some of the tools that we use to measure CRO. CRO is not a random thing. People sometimes think that, okay, it's all about color, it's all about just usability and content, so we will check it and we will do it. It is not like that. It is also a measurable metrics. You have to measure it through there are several tools that help you to measure your CRO performance. There are certain parameters to manage CRO, like there is a tool called Hotjar that I will show you tomorrow. Hotjar will track each and every movement of a user in a particular site. So they can record your mouse cursor, how you are moving your mouse in a particular website. They can track it. They can even track where people are clicking most, that they will click a heat map of it. So in this way, we can track like in which area of my website is very much engaging and which area of my website is not engaging at all. So in this way, we can do modifications, we can do changes in our website content, in our website look and feel, and in our the usability of the website. Okay, so this thing we will discuss tomorrow, and I'm giving you additional time. You just do the assignment again and submit it on Sunday. Okay, don't go for any paid tools for keyword research. Use only Google keyword planner. And in terms of writing meta title and description, think once. You have to shortlist a keyword for a particular page. Then you have to write a meta title in where you have to mention the focused keyword. And while you are writing the meta description, you have to mention the focused keyword there also, as well as in the URL. So all these three places, like meta title, meta description, and this what I say, like in an URL, all these three things should contains the focused keyword. So that's the thing. Okay. And while writing meta description, try to create a meaningful sentence rather than doing anything randomly. So this, any doubt?
Yes, sir. Sir, for for assignment we have to make for 3 pages. So for that we have to make 3 rows, means one
Yes,
focus
yes.
keyword per page.
So these are the column, and this is the row.
Yes, sir.
So you have to create 3 rows, like so one page is, say, the home page, then the service page, and so if there is any other page, like anything like say, going to this site. So like webinars, whatever webinars. So say you have you have chosen 3 pages, and based on this 3 page, just take a focused keyword, then write a meta title, write a meta description, and modify the URL. That's it. That's the thing you have to do.
Okay, sir.
So tomorrow we will join at the same time, like 8:30, and we will go further with this. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.